Welcome to Echoes of the Temple, where we explore the moral intersections of history, faith, and social action. I'm your host, and today we're asking a powerful question. Could advocating for Palestinian freedom actually be a blessing to Israel? Let's find out by looking back to Egypt, by listening to prophets, philosophers, and to the voices of our own time. The biblical story begins in Egypt, with slavery, pain, and deliverance. The entire moral structure of Israel's calling is built on memory. Exodus 22:21. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt. This isn't just a historical fact, it's a moral principle. Because you were once mistreated, you must not become the one who mistreats. Yet today, we see millions of Palestinians living under military occupation and blockade. With limited rights, under surveillance, and often without recourse. Is that what liberation looks like? Or is this Egypt flipped? Let's turn to the Renaissance thinker St. Thomas More, who said in Utopia, "What else is to be concluded from this, but that you first make thieves and then punish them?" He was describing a society that creates systemic inequality, then blames people for surviving in it. This applies directly to modern systems of occupation and apartheid. When a people are confined, cut off from opportunities and politically voiceless, and then are punished for resisting, what are we witnessing? This is not peace. This is provocation followed by condemnation. Let's bring in some contemporary voices from both sides of the ocean and the struggle. Cornel West, American philosopher and activist, said, "To talk about justice and not talk about the Israeli occupation of Palestinian brothers and sisters is a form of moral hypocrisy." His point is simple. Real justice must be consistent. If we ignore the suffering of Palestinians, we ignore our own moral compass. Marc Lamont Hill, American academic and journalist, has said, "Peace is not the absence of resistance, it is the presence of justice." He challenges the idea that calm means justice. Quiet oppression is not peace. It's merely silence over pain. Dr. Hanan Ashrawi, a Palestinian Christian scholar and former spokesperson for the PLO, put it this way: "We Palestinians are not looking for vengeance, we are looking for freedom. We are not looking to destroy another people, we are asking to live like one." And Edward Said, the late Palestinian-American intellectual, wrote, "The problem is not the Palestinian desire for freedom, but the Israeli refusal to allow it." These are not fringe voices. These are academics, theologians, and freedom fighters saying, you cannot bless one people by oppressing another. The Hebrew prophets weren't sycophants. They were truth-tellers, often at great cost. Micah 6:8 says, "What does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." Amos 5:24 preaches, "Let justice roll down like waters, and righteousness like a never-failing stream." Today, the prophetic call continues, not just in ancient texts, but in every voice that cries out for justice on both sides of the wall. To advocate for Palestinian rights is not to oppose Israel. It is to love it enough to call it back to its covenant. Here's the truth: a just Palestine does not threaten Israel. It completes it. A free people next door is not a danger. It's the path to real, lasting peace. Exodus 23:9. Do not oppress a foreigner. You yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners, because you were foreigners in Egypt. Let us not repeat Egypt in reverse. Let us not become what we once fled from. Advocating for Palestinian freedom is a blessing to Israel because it calls the nation back to its soul. It reminds us all, Jews, Christians, Muslims, and people of no faith, that justice is indivisible, that dignity is not zero-sum, and that peace must be rooted in equity. So, as St. Thomas More warned, as the prophets declared, and as voices today still cry out, let us not punish people for struggling to breathe under the weight of systems we've built. Thank you for joining me on Echoes of the Temple. If this message resonates, share it. Speak up, pray, act, because a world built on justice is a world worth blessing. Until next time, may your conscience remain soft and your courage stay strong.